Today we're going to take a look at the Snap Store. Now, the Snap Store is something that's been a bit controversial in the Linux community. However, I definitely believe this is a great option for brand new users of Linux. If you are an intermediate user with Linux, or you already have some experience with a CLI, I recommend you skip the Snap Store entirely and just move to the apt package manager. The Snap Store has two parts. One is the Snap package manager, and the other one is the Snap Store. Snap Package Manager just allows you to install things very easily with a one-line command in your command line interface, also known as your terminal. The other one is the Snap Store itself. That is a simple GUI program that allows you to just click and install something. If you're not sure what that means, imagine the Windows Store if you used it on Windows. If not, imagine the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on what smartphone that you've had before. So I'm going to walk you through the entire process. I'm going to hold your hand. This is Linux for absolute beginners, so I will be doing everything for you and showing you how to do it for yourself in the future. First thing that we need to do is we need to open any browser. I have Firefox here, and we're just going to type in install Snap Store on Linux Mint. If you're not using Linux Mint, just type in the name of your operating system here. Now, we're looking for the Snap Store because installing the Snap Store will install both parts of Snap, so we might as well do both at the same time. This will work, but it won't install the store itself. So let's click Install Snap Store on Linux, and this will show you about tracker settings. If you don't want to be tracked, come over here, click Manage, scroll down to the bottom, and click Save Preferences. Otherwise, you can enable trackers. I wouldn't do it, but it's up to you. You can ignore all of this junk, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom to where it says Install Snap Store on your Linux distribution. Now, you may notice that Linux Mint is not here, and some of you may notice that your operating system isn't here. Don't panic. If you didn't see the last video I did, I'll go over this really quick. Snap Store's website only shows the parent operating systems for what you're using. If you don't know what that means, basically Linux Mint is an offshoot of Ubuntu. So we can see Ubuntu over here. Your Linux distribution might be an offshoot of a different one. So if you don't know which one yours is and it's not here, just type in what is the parent operating system of, and then the name of your Linux distribution in the search bar. In this case, we know it's Ubuntu. If you don't know yours, take a break, go find yours, and come back. And you'll just need to click yours. We're going to click Ubuntu. It won't look much different no matter what you do, I promise. So let's scroll down here, and we can see a few commands. So let's go ahead and open the terminal, and we're going to bring this over here. First thing it tells us to do is do sudo apt update. I'm going to do this an easier way to save you a little bit of typing. We're going to type in sudo space su. Sudo is super user do, and su is super user. Sudo and super user is basically the admin account. So if you want to elevate your privileges from a user account to admin so that you can run most commands in the terminal, this is the command that you use. We type that, we type in the password, and we are now an admin account temporarily. So now that we've done that, we don't actually have to type sudo over and over. You can, it'll still work, but I think this is an easier way to do it. So instead of typing sudo apt update, we'll type apt update. And this will show you all the things that need to be updated. It's showing two packages for me right now. So let's go ahead, and it says run apt list upgradable to see them. Don't have to do that. All you have to do is type apt upgrade -y. Now, the -y is not really important, but if you don't put -y, it'll ask you again if you really want to upgrade. So if you put -y, you don't have to see that. And it says the following packages have been kept back. So we'll ignore that. That will be updated at a later time. If you get something like that, it's basically your OS telling you it doesn't recommend that you upgrade this right now. So we're going to ignore it. Now that we've updated our packages, we'll go ahead and type the next command, which is sudo apt install snapd. And we have something that says package snapd has no installation candidate. Well, why is that? Well, that's because on some Linux distributions, the snap is actually blocked by the apt package manager. It's a very easy way to undo this. Let me just pull up the command on this because I don't want to have to just sit here and think about it and waste time. So over here, we will put rm /etc /apt /preferences .d /no snap .pref. That's all you have to do. Now let's try it again. Sudo apt install, and it's installing it for you. And we didn't have to put sudo, I just forgot. And it's installing all this nice stuff for you in the background. So that's installing the Snap package manager itself. But we have one more command for the Snap store. So let's go ahead and type snap install snap -store. Remember, if you don't remember or if you haven't heard, do not put spaces in the names of packages. If you do that, it's going to think that you're putting the name of more than one package. So if we decided to do snap install snap space store, it's going to look for a package called snap, and then it's going to look for a package called store. But this is called snap store for one, so you're just going to put a dash instead of a space, and it will install the snap store off of the snap package manager. Doesn't take very long at all. Just give it a few seconds and it will be done for us. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And this is a nice little thing that opened, okay? I don't think that has anything to do with Snap. Just ignore that. That had something to do with my virtual machine. And it's setting up these security profiles. Could take a couple seconds, but be a little patient with it and it will be done. So the reason that Snap is kind of controversial is because on Ubuntu, it uses Snap automatically and elevates it over apt. A lot of people don't like that because it forces you to use Snap. And even for people that don't use Ubuntu, the packages run a little slower, they take up more memory, and they take up more hard disk space. In most cases, that really doesn't matter, but a lot of people don't like it because they say it's restrictive. Is it restrictive? It depends. If you're just using this as a daily operating system, you're just using it to game, or you're just using it for office work, and you don't plan on actually getting used to the command line interface or how to work with Linux, it's really not going to matter for you. I do recommend if you're going to get used to Linux to an intermediate level, you do away with the Snap Store. However, if you're just going to stay at a beginner level and you only need an operating system that does whatever you tell it to do, the Snap Store is your best bet. So it's connecting eligible plugs. It's just more installation stuff. While it's doing that, though, let's go ahead, minimize that terminal. Go ahead and click to open another one. Let's do sudo su, type in your password, and it should be as easy as snap install. What do we want to install this time? Let's install Discord. So we go to snap install Discord. It finds the snap, and it pulls it from the internet and starts downloading it for you. Now, do you need the Snap Store to download things from the internet? Absolutely not. It's just personal preference for new users. Apt is definitely, in my opinion, better. You may disagree, but the reason you don't want to use apt for a brand new user is because a lot of packages have different names, or it's more difficult to install them. All we did here was snap install Discord, and it's installing it for you. Now, if we do apt, you have to go in the super user. So let's do sudo su, type in your password, and again, if you want to get rid of all the text that's there, type in clear, and it's gone, except for your first command line. So let's type in apt install Discord. And it says unable to locate package Discord. And since we have Snap, it's saying no apt package for Discord, but there is a Snap with that name. So while you have Snap installed, it will give you pieces of advice for that. So what if we want to do something like apt install OBS? OBS has no installation candidate. And if you don't know, OBS is a streaming software. But they're still there, they just have different names. So you would either install the Snap Store, or you would have to look up how to install Discord on Linux Mint. and you go over here, and you'll have to go through a Reddit or a different page like that. It's not that hard once you get used to the terminal, but if you're not used to it, the Snap Store is definitely the way to go. So let's pull up the first one, and we can see the Snap Store is now installed. So we can close this terminal. We can close this one, and we can see that Discord is installed. And I'm going to close this one as well. So let's go over to our applications. If we type in Discord, we can see that it is not there. Why is it not there? Run Discord. Didn't do anything. Or did it? Okay, there it is. It's just not showing. Ooh, that's glitchy. It'll sort itself out. It'll take a while for the application to show up here. In most cases, it won't show up until you restart the computer, but that's going to happen with apt or the Snap Store either way. So now you can see that we have Discord. It works just like how Discord would work on Windows, but there's another way to do this. So if we go to the Snap Store, if we run Snap, okay, that didn't seem to do anything. How to, and you're going to have to get used to things like this. At one point or another, you're going to have to search on the internet for something. How to run the Snap Store. To access the Snap Store, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Installing the Snap Store app. Is that going to tell us how to use it? No, it is not. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if there's store. Let's try logging out. Let's go over here, and you can see that there is a Discord icon in the bottom right. And see, this is why I don't use Snap. So let's go ahead and log out. I'm not going to restart the operating system yet. Let's see if logging out and logging in actually does it for us. Let's go to the search, Snap, and there you go. So logging out did it. As you can see, Discord is here as well. And now that you have the Snap Store, if you've installed something from the Snap Store and you can't remember what it is, you can type in Snap, and it will actually show all of the programs that you've installed either from the Snap Package Manager or the Snap Store. So we can go over here and click Discord. From searching Snap, it will start Discord, and then you can use it. But let's go ahead and pull up the Snap Store. Welcome to software. Software lets you install, and it's gone. Okay. So this has everything that you would really need for daily use. First thing it recommends is Steam. So let's go ahead and install Steam. You need to put in the password of your account, and it will start to install it for you over time. You don't need to go to the website. You can just do it from here. You have clocks, you have DOSBox, Bitwarden, a bunch of cool stuff. And it has games. A lot of these are open source and free games, but it will load these. And one thing about the Snap Store is it's going to run slowly if you're installing something while also trying to use it. I guarantee you when it showed all these programs quickly like that, it meant that Steam was already installed. So if we type in Steam, it's right there. There you go. It'll open in the background. We've got things like Zero AD, Azimuth, Aqueducts, and there's really anything you need here that works on Linux anyway. So let's type in OBS. Are we going to have OBS Studio? Search for apps. Well, I search for it. OBS. Doesn't look like OBS is in here. Okay, here it is. OBS Studio. Not sure why it's not at the top, but there you go. There's OBS, if you want to do some streaming or video recording. There's things for programming languages. And that is really how you use it. Want to use the Snap Store? Come over here, go to your terminal, sign in as your admin account, type in the password, Snap install any name of program that you want. Or open the Snap Store, come over here, and type the name of it in. Webcord, which is an open source viewer for Discord. It's right there. That's all that it is. It basically works as the App Store or the Windows Store. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helped you out. If you guys have any problems installing Snap and this video did not answer your questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to get to your comment as soon as possible. I'm the Netrunner. You guys have been amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.